It was his smile that won me over, so kind and full of strength. I sat amongst the multitudes and listened to him teach at length. I watched him work a miracle right before my eyes, and we sang his name in worship as our praise began to rise. I joined with all the others as we left our palm leaves on the ground. Atop a colt he rode that path amongst a cheering, joyful sound. We pleaded for his wisdom. We cried out for his touch. The hopeless grasped his hem where once they grasped a crutch. Who can answer why the praise soured in my mouth, or why where I once yelled crown him, it is now crucify him that I shout. I laughed with all the others as the whip struck once and again. I spat and shouted curses as they flogged him for my sin. I saw his mother crying as she knelt down in his blood. I exulted in her agony, and the hate began to flood. I watched him drag my destiny down the way of suffering. He clung to it so desperately, as though it were an offering. We each one of us took our turn, pounding in a nail. We pinned him to that cross, and the condemned began to wail. A vision struck my mind from many months ago, of a time I'd slipped and fallen and found myself brought low. Gentle but firm was the way the hands that picked me up did feel, but now those hands felt broken as I hammered through them steel. When the drunkenness of sin and hate had faded, I looked up at what I'd done. I had killed a king, mocked a god, and crucified his son. The earth began to tremble. It rumbled beneath my feet, when at last his body slumped and his heart no longer beat. The creation roared with anger, the sky filled with its thunder, and one by one each man's eyes locked as fearfully they wondered. I did not have to ask. I knew right then and there I had taken from this world the one who truly cared. I begged the earth to open up and take my wretched breath, for how can I stand before a God and answer for that death?